Hello guys, I'll get the camera adjusted here. Alright. Trying to make it fall over like the last time I just tried to make this video. Okay, this is going to be a video on how to drive a manual transmission vehicle. Straightforward. I'm just going to give you guys the basics and what you need to understand to get moving in a stick shift vehicle. So first, let me clarify: straight drive, stick shift, manual transmission, all that same thing. It means you have a manual gearbox. You have to change the gears yourself. The car doesn't do it for you. These are usually more fun. Some people think they're a burden. You know, they can screw off. I don't really care. So yeah. So the parts. I'm pretty sure you can see the pedals. Your gas pedal and your brake, which are controlled by your right foot, and then your clutch, which is controlled by your left foot. And your clutch disengages the engine from the drivetrain, which allows you to shift gears without, you know, having to interfere with the engine. Okay? So this is your gear shifter. This is a 6-speed. This is a 2009 Volkswagen GTI, by the way. Let me clarify with that, so you can ask what kind of car it is on the comments, and I don't have to get all mad at you. The 6-speed, technically, it has 7 gears because reverse, and in most Volkswagen Group vehicles, as well as the German cars, reverse is down, left, and up. BMWs, you kind of break the stick left and then go up, as if first is just straight left and up. Okay, right now I'm in neutral. You can let the clutch out when you're in neutral. Check to be sure in neutral. The gear stick will move left and right. That's when you know you're in neutral. Okay, if I were to be in first and I forget about it, and I think I'm in neutral and I let out the clutch, I don't understand how I just got rolling without stalling. I didn't let it out fast enough. But basically, you'll stall. Okay. So yeah, let me get to getting the car moving now. So learning to drive a stick is basically, it's all about muscle memory in your feet and legs. You have to learn to balance the clutch and the gas to get the car rolling without stalling. It's pretty easy. I'm just going to show you real quick. So let me just go ahead and tell you, when you start giving it gas, you want to rev it to maybe 1500 RPMs or so for a beginner. I mean, usually when you get going, you don't want to target any RPMs, you just kind of want to do it. You don't even think about it. But rev to about 1500 and start letting out the clutch slowly. And what will happen is you'll feel the car start to catch the gears, and the RPM meter will drop, and it'll start to stay steady for a second. And once that happens, these stupid dogs, once that happens, you can continue dropping the clutch even further and you'll get rolling. Let me just go somewhere else. The neighbors are pulling out down here where I wanted to go. Be sure the tripod stays upright. But you'll feel the gears start to catch, and you'll watch your RPM meter. It'll sit still for a second, and then it might drop. If it starts to drop, you're you're letting out the clutch too much. Push it back in a little bit, or give it more gas, one or the other. Usually you want to give it a little more gas. But once you see those RPMs steady out, keep the clutch there until you see the RPM start to rise again, and then you can damn tripod. But what you can do after that is you can continue letting out the clutch, and you'll get rolling. Okay. So let me demonstrate. Clutch in, first gear. Always put the clutch in. In fact, even when you're starting the car, you have to have the clutch in. If you try to turn the key without the clutch in, trying to start the car, engine won't do anything whatsoever. So, clutch in. If I was in neutral, let it out, but I am in neutral, so I want to go to first. Put it in. First gear. I'm on a slight incline, not much, don't have to worry about it. But what you're going to do is you're going to let your foot off the brake, keep your foot all the way down on the clutch until you start giving it gas. You can get rolling like I did a minute ago trying to stall, but you have to do it just letting out the clutch about perfectly. And it's not practical when you're trying to get going at a stoplight or something. So give it a little bit of gas, roll off the clutch a little bit, Keep rolling, watch the RPM meter sit still, keep the clutch there. Once it starts moving back up, you feel the gears catch, let off, and you're rolling. I'll do it one more time. Okay, clutch in, first gear, roll off, see the RPM meter sit still, there you go, and you're rolling. Now when you go to shift, what you want to do is push the clutch in, let out the gas, not in that order, let out the gas, push the clutch in, shift. If you don't shift, basically what happens is your RPMs will start to skyrocket and you won't go any faster. That's because the gears are different sizes, and that allows you to, you know, watch my RPM meter just, you know, keep rising. So I want to shift to lower gear so that the engine doesn't have to turn as fast and my car can still continue to accelerate. Okay, so go to shift. Let me just start out and then show you shifting real quick. Okay, start out like normal. Give a little bit of gas, roll off the clutch, watch the RPM meter sit still, keep the clutch there. RPM start to rise again. You feel the car start to catch. It doesn't have that, you know, feeling to it that you're going to stall anymore. You can continue accelerating, let out the clutch. Okay, when you're coming to a stop, let the RPMs get to about idle RPM, push the clutch in. You can put it neutral if you'd like. If you're at a stoplight, it helps a lot. Always keep your foot on the brake. Okay, now when you go to shift, watch. Off the gas, clutch in, second gear. Same thing as if I was starting. Third, off the gas, clutch in, third, same deal. That's doing it rather slow. You know, you can do it faster. You just got to get used to the speed difference. Go slow here. I don't want to make the tripod tip over. Okay. Don't worry about shifting fast yet. You kind of still have to get used to it. But once you get used to it, it's just natural. Okay? So once you get starting out down, pretty much everything else is easy except for starting on a hill. Starting on a hill is like really difficult. For a first timer, you need to get used to doing everything else before you do that. And basically, you know, if you're in neutral in an automatic car and you don't have your foot on the brake, you roll backwards. Well, basically, when you have the clutch in, it's like being in neutral. I know that sounds kind of stupid, but that's basically what it is. And when you have to get going, you have to have the car in gear, or else you won't go anywhere. So when you let off the brake and you go to give it gas, you roll back a little bit, and you have to be able to catch it without rolling back, and you're fine. So let me just give you a few basic starts one more time. Okay, if you're in neutral, don't have to have your foot on the clutch, it's just a waste of energy. Okay, like I said, know you're neutral, and the gear shifter will move left and right. Okay, go to first gear, want to put the clutch in, left, up for first, foot off the brake, give a little bit of gas while you're rolling off the clutch, watch the RPM, sit still for a second, keep it there, alright, there you go. Don't ride the clutch any more than you have to. Don't ever want to do that. It causes premature wear on the clutch. It'll cost you thousands of dollars to replace. I'm trying to save you money here while I'm simultaneously teaching you how to drive stick. So yeah, now let me go to the steepest hill I can find in my neighborhood and show you how to start on the hill. Yeah, I'll make this in a separate video because I'm going to drive over there real quick. Alright, thanks. This isn't in the video. How much time do I have left? 2 minutes. I won't make it